you are using computer audio. I hope you guys can hear me. Just wait for a couple minutes to see who will be joining us. I came on about a minute early to get the party started, make sure that the tech is working. When I look at the microphone, it's zooming. All right, guys. Maddie, I see you're here. Welcome. Get the chat function working here. If anybody has questions during this masterclass, just put them in the chat and I will kind of bop around back and forth. I have my water here with me. So if I pause for a moment to take a sip of water, just bear with me. And yeah, it is noon Central, guys. So it might be at a different time wherever you are. It could be 1 o'clock Eastern. You could be in the Pacific. Amazing. Maybe you're in California and it's 10 a.m. But whatever you do, grab a cup of coffee, a tea, some water, and let's get this party started. So I am going to share my screen so y'all can see what I have here. And here we go. And you can let me know too that if you don't see my screen, just let me know. Type in, I don't see it. But hey, so today we are following along in the Inner Boss, Outer Balance 2020 Wellness Masterclass. Guys, 2020 is upon us, a new decade. So today you're going to learn 7 power methods to work wellness into your overscheduled life in 2020 and beyond, but without the stress or overwhelm, right? No guilt, no shame. And this is so you can handle your passions and your priorities with confidence and grace. All right. All right. So I'm clicking my space here. Oh, I guess it's here. Okay, guys. You are in the right place if you follow along in these different areas. So you know what's healthy and you know what's not, but you just can't seem to stay consistent and confident in the moment, right? You might have a plan, but then a temptation arises, or you come home from work exhausted and there's that wedge of time. And for some reason, you're not making the best choice for you that's aligned with your goals. You're also in the right place if you are a high achieving working woman and you want to win at both work and wellness. You don't want your wellness to be sacrificed because of you prioritizing work over your health. You're also in the right place if you want to look cute and put together, wearing anything you want without spending 40 minutes in the closet trying on everything you own, or having just like 1/4 of your closet your last resort of what you go to. And then finally, you are in the right place if you want to arrive at parties and events with that boss-like confidence, in how you look, how you think, how you feel, and how you act. So this is funny. The way that I'm going onto different screens. Okay, it's just kind of a funny, here we go. Okay, so sorry guys. When I did the practice round, I pressed the arrows, but now it's having me tap something else. All right, so here is what you're gonna learn today by hanging out with us. So the biggest mistakes you're making when it comes to, winning at work and wellness, so that you can fix those mistakes. Also, you are going to learn how to clearly identify the habits holding you back from achieving your desired results so you can reverse those habits. You're also going to learn how to properly and effectively shift your mindset when it comes to living a healthy, balanced lifestyle so you can let go of all of those limiting thoughts like worry and fear and doubt and shame. And then finally, we're going to go through how to confidently and consistently act in alignment with your biggest goals. Again, you've probably seen a theme here, without the stress and without the guilt, so you can thrive in the life that you want to live. All right, now, disclaimer, this training is not for you if you are looking for a quick fix diet. It's also not for you if you really like starting a brand new nutrition or fitness program every Monday and then feeling over it by Wednesday. Also, if you are comfortable with just settling where you are now in life and just kind of adjusting to your new normal, not changing anything, not for you. And then finally, if you get upset when somebody is giving you all this amazing content, very impactful, and then gives you a solution at the end, you might not want to hang out. So remember here, nothing changes if nothing changes. So keep that in mind throughout this training today. Okay, if you guys stick with me till the end, and I'm going to try to keep this to 40 minutes. Actually, this webinar platform cuts me off at 40 minutes. So we're pretty much going to have to stick to that. So you are going to get these 2 awesome bonuses. If you stick till the end, I'll tell you more about it, but you'll be able to win a 3 45-minute private wellness sessions with me on the topic of your choice. It could be fitness, nutrition, personal development. And you can also, on top of that, get weekly check-ins from me for accountability and motivation during the first 3 months of 2020. So I thought those were super exciting, and I will tell you more about those at the end. All right, guys. So again, this is the Inner Boss Outer Balance webinar. So I wanted to explain to you how how I was able to channel my inner boss and achieve that outer balance, how it has changed my life. So full disclosure here, I have worked in so many different capacities. I've been in full-time corporate for the majority of my career. Then I took about 1.5 years off to be with my kids. I have 2 boys, they're 5 and 6. Then I hopped back into the corporate world for a little bit longer. And then I was working part-time teaching fitness classes and doing marketing. And now I own this business. So I just want you to know that I can relate to pretty much any sort of working condition that you are in right now. And the way that I've been able to consistently continue to show up for my health and wellness while still crushing it at work, being a mom, traveling, it's doable, it's possible. And for the most part, I've had a super positive attitude about it. You can even ask my friends about that. Okay, so for food, I am super, super keen now on what works for me and what doesn't work for me. I am able to eat for energy, like whatever I am doing later on that day, I am able to eat keeping that in mind, but I also have indulgences and I don't regret or feel shame over my indulgences. Fitness, I've figured it out how to fit it in during my day. I now kind of have this like wired mentality where I can easily say, okay, wow, busy day, clients here, clients there, webinar here, parents coming, where can I fit in this routine today, even if it's a 20-minute HIIT routine? And then finally, focus has been a huge part. This meditation and mindfulness, my regular practice, has really, really changed how I show up for myself, my family, my friends. Okay, so quick recap, guys. I was always pretty naturally healthy. I was really into it at a really young age. I was getting all the books, all the videos, all the DVDs. I was really just ingesting all of this information about health and wellness. I was really, really drawn to it. But then I started seeing other people do things. I started seeing other people try different diets and different, Beachbody programs or different classes at the gym. And I started really second guessing everything that was working for me. And I really got caught up in all of those trends. And I felt like I was supposed to do all of them. And if I didn't follow them to a T, then I was a failure. And I had that victim mentality that why is it working for her, but not for me? So I just completely lost my mojo. I psyched myself out. So I did a successful Whole30, and this has nothing to do with the Whole30. I'm letting you know that after I did it, it really gave me the foundation of whole foods and understanding clearly what things really don't jive with me, like sugar and booze, but I still enjoy sugar and booze. It also really helped me get a hold of my habits. So not that I ever want to do an elimination diet ever again, but that was one of the stepping stones in my journey that helped me create this system. So after really figuring out from the food perspective what works for me, I then got certified in physical fitness through Fit for Mom. And then I was certified in integrative health and wellness coaching through Duke University. So it's all kind of come together. That's why I'm here right now. I just wanted you to have a little bit of an understanding of who I am and why I'm here, right? So now I have found what magic works for me, and I want to help others find their magic specifically designed for them, okay? So again, I tried so many different things, and I was able to pick little bits and pieces of everything that I learned to create something custom designed for me, not what Lauren's doing, not what Lindsay's doing, but not psyching myself out like I did 10, 20 years ago. Now I know exactly what works for me, and I want to help you guys find exactly what works for you. So again, today I am smaller than what I was in college. I've got 2 kids. I love feeling positive and productive, and I feel more positive, and I'm filled with love and not worry, fear, guilt, and shame over the whole health and wellness thing. All right, guys. So I want to keep moving through this. If I can do it, you can do it too. Okay. So as we're going through, we're going to go through these 7 methods here. Make sure that you keep these 3 things in mind. Number 1, get out of your own way. So if I'm explaining something and you feel like you've tried that before or you've heard of that before, think of why maybe that hasn't worked for you and what roadblock picture a physical roadblock, how you can bust that out of your way so that you can try it again. There's no such thing as failure, guys. Fail, F-A-I-L, is first attempt in learning. So how can you get out of your own way? Second, it's just taking action, just doing that first step, baby steps. And then third, perfection is the enemy, guys. This is not the pursuit of perfection. This is all about channeling that inner boss. What are your boss-like instincts that you are using, whether it's with your job, as a mom, or with a hobby or a passion that you are crushing it? How can you channel those instincts and those habits into your health and wellness world? All right, here we are. Without further ado, here are the 7 power methods to work wellness into your overscheduled life without the stress and guilt. So we're going to go through the categories are food, fitness, focus, friends and family, which I might refer to as family, and future. So, but with food and with focus, we're breaking that up into 2 different groups. All right, here we go. Functional nutrition. I should also say that I'm trained through Mind Body Green in functional nutrition as well. So it's finding your food balance, right? So a mistake that a lot of health seekers make, especially busy working women, is that you have an all or nothing mentality. Like if you cannot exercise that week because you're traveling, then you feel like you might as well throw in the towel and eat junk all week too, right? Or you're too restrictive, saying, I'm not going to have sugar and booze for the month of December. We all know that's close to impossible, right? Depending on what your goals are. And then another mistake is having that Monday mindset where on Thursday you say, I'm going to start this diet on Monday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you're off the rails, eating whatever you want, drinking whatever you want, not getting exercise in, and you end up coming to Monday feeling like junk and you don't even want to start this new magical diet that you were going to do. So it's time to rethink that, right? So it's not a matter of eating perfectly. It's a matter of eating more in alignment with who you want to be. And it's eating in alignment with who you want to be more often than eating out of alignment. So everybody is aligned in a different way. We all have different personalities, different goals, different schedules, different lifestyles. So it's finding your method of eating that is aligned with the direction that you want to go. All right. So the consequence of following these mistakes, right, the all or nothing or being too restrictive or having that Monday mindset is that you are going to end up even further away from where you want to be with every towel that you throw in. And let me know if you guys have been there before where you keep saying, all right, on Monday, I'm starting this new thing, or at the beginning of the month, I'm starting this new thing. And every time you show up and you can't do it, it's almost like you're getting weaker and weaker every time you do that 4-day binge or 3-week binge before starting a new program. So here's the solution is channeling your inner boss to rock your outer balance. Plan your week. On Mondays, look ahead and see what events you have where you might have temptations, right? Maybe you're traveling for work. Maybe it's a client dinner. It's the holidays. Maybe some holiday event is coming up. So plan your week and look to see what is coming up. And then from there, plan your week. You might be like, duh, I understand. But here's another secret, guys. Call your shots. Okay, client dinner on Tuesday. I'm having 2 glasses of wine and that's it. Call your shot. Or you have a big party on Friday night. There's going to be tons of appetizers and a full course meal and dessert. Call your shot. Say, I'm going to try 2 appetizers. I'll have 2 glasses of wine and I'm skipping dessert, or I'm only going to have 3 bites of dessert. It's going to be different for everybody. Everybody's going to have a different plan, but call your shots ahead of time. So on Sunday, when you look ahead to see what all you have for that week, draw a line in the sand and decide what's going to work best for you. And not thinking of the sense of losing weight or getting smaller, but who you want to be, acting in alignment with who you want to become. All right. And celebrate those wins. If you were able to stick to the number of drinks that you said you were going to have, or stick to the size of the meal, like maybe you said you're going to have half of a burger and half of the fries, find a way to celebrate your win. All right, now getting into your eating habits. So we all have different food triggers, right? We all have different flavors that we're seeking, whether it's something sweet, something salty. So when it comes to your eating habits, right? Maybe it's emotional eating out of stress or boredom or frustration or anger or loneliness, or filling the void if you're somewhere and you just don't know what to do with yourself, so you just eat. So oftentimes we make the mistake of saying, that's just who I am. That's just what I do. I eat when I'm sad. I eat immediately when I come home from work. So it's flip that script and see it in a way of, it's not a matter of never eating just out of habit, never eating out of emotion, or never just filling the void. It's a matter of becoming aware of that habit and deciding if that habit is blocking you from who you want to be. Is it blocking you from your goals? So you might say, I have a snack every night before I go to bed. My kids go to bed, I come downstairs, I raid the pantry. And you might say, you know what, that is not getting in the way. There's something else getting in the way, and that's it. That's fine. Only you know. So it's figuring out what that habit is that is a sticking point for you that you truly feel could be one of the biggest things getting in your way. So again, that consequence of saying, you know what, this is just what I do. It's just who I am, right? I always eat when I wake up. I always eat 10 times a day. Or think of other food habits that you might have, eating emotionally, filling the void. If you tell yourself this is just who I am, that mentality can trickle into other areas of your life, right? Maybe your relationships. It's just who I am. I yell at my kids. Or maybe it's fitness. It's just who I am. I don't like to work out. So it's really reframing those habits. And again, working to channel your inner boss, meaning where are you crushing it in other areas of your life, channeling that and connecting it to your health and wellness world to achieve that outer balance. So breaking out of an unaligned false identity, right? There's the 2019 version of you versus the 2020 version of you. So the old you may have said, I always have this much to drink at parties, or I always YOLO, right, at every restaurant that I go out to, or I always feel like after my kids go to bed, I need to, sneak in the pantry and eat some snacks so they don't see me. Or anytime I travel for work, it's just, there's no guardrails. When I'm with the clients, I eat whatever I want. It's snapping out of that false identity that you may have created for yourself and creating a new one. 2020, new decade, the roaring 20s. It's time to start anew, start fresh, create new habits. So how many drinks is optimal for you? How do you feel after a bunch of cookies? What's the secret number for you? How do you feel about the way you're eating now? So it's time for you to determine what eating habits you want to, maybe you've got some good eating habits and you want to hold on to those into the new year, the new decade, I should say, but maybe you have some eating habits that you want to let go of. Okay, guys, so next is fitness. So it's that consistent motivation that we're all seeking, right? That motivation can fizzle so easily. So what happens, one of the mistakes that happens is that you forget why you started and you have like a chore-like mentality, like working out is a chore. I don't want to do it. I don't see results. So again, flip that script. And it's not about slaying it every single day and, being dripping in sweat after an hour-long HIIT session every day. It's moving with enough frequency and enough intensity that you feel the changes and you see the changes. So, right, if that motivation sizzles? Well, I guess it's fizzles. I'm going to say that sizzle is the opposite of fizzle. So when that motivation fizzles and you're just, this is just what I do. I don't even know why I'm working in the first place. A consequence of that is obviously you're not getting any stronger sitting at your desk. So another mistake is believing that you have to have energy in order to work out. You might say, I'm too tired to work out before work. I'm too tired to work out after work. I don't want to get sweaty during lunch. Like all the excuses are flooding. So to channel that inner boss, first of all, remember your why, right? I know you've probably heard this in other areas, but why did you want to exercise in the first place? Is it because you wanted to see some muscle definition? Is it because you want to be able to have the energy to chase after your kids? Is it because your parents are aging and you're taking a lot of care for them, and you don't want to have to be so dependent on your kids when you get to that age? Remember your whys for why you want to exercise in the first place. And remember, you don't need all of the energy in the world to work out. You actually create the energy as you get going. Have you ever seen that where you're kind of feeling like a little lethargic, a little tired, but you're like, I'm just going to get started and see what happens. And 10 minutes in, you're lifting heavier weights, you're walking faster, maybe you're running, you're doing your tuck jumps, and you're like, wow, I was so ambivalent before I started this workout and I created the energy to keep going. All right, number 4, now we're on to mindset. So focus part 1 is checking in with you. So with my one-on-one clients, a lot of them really want to get into meditation, and we try to not call it meditation. We try to not say, go meditate, or are you going to meditate? Because it sounds so formal. And if you feel like you're not a good meditator, then you're not going to do it. So one of the mistakes for when it comes to mind work, right? If we're talking about checking in, so we'll call it checking in, quiet time, me time. I like to say powering up because I like to try to receive messages while I'm meditating, while I'm checking in with myself. So one of the mistakes is saying, with meditation, I think too much. I have too many thoughts and I really don't feel any different after it. So now it's not that you can't think. So our hearts have to keep beating to keep us alive. Our hearts were designed to constantly be beating. Our minds were designed to think. So you can't stop your thoughts, right? It's listening to those thoughts. It's being open to receiving what messages might come. Have you guys ever noticed in the shower, if you're not listening to any music or podcasts, that you have these great ideas coming from the shower? It's almost a form of meditation, even like mowing the lawn, going for a walk. Sometimes you receive these messages and these ideas because you're just listening to your thoughts and you're just letting it go, daydreaming in the car. So a consequence of not meditating, of not slowing down, of not checking in with yourself is really having that frazzled mind, right? You're feeling forgetful, you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed. Kind of one of my clients said when she is not consistently meditating or kind of slowing down, she feels like she's not firing on all cylinders. So in early aging, I can get into a whole separate thing about this, about how the brain studies that have been conducted have shown that people can literally reverse their body's aging from practicing meditation. So moving on here. Oh, you know what it is, guys? It's this chat box. So when I'm pressing, it's so funny. When the chat box is in the way, it doesn't let me change. All right, stupid chat box. Okay. So right, you can call it checking in so it doesn't seem like such a formal process. But informal ways of getting meditation in, y'all, look at this. Going for a walk without a podcast or music, reading, cooking, knitting, journaling, yoga, gratitude, intention, sleep. There's so many ways that you can improve your mindset, your focus, your clarity by just taking the time to do it. Now, part 2 of focus of our mind work is slowing down. So life is not a race. Sometimes, especially during the holidays and certain times of the year, it's all that hustle and bustle, right? We feel like we have to keep going. We want to be the best at work. We want to be the first to do this. We want to be the best mom. And we get caught up in it. And really the purpose of life is to experience it and enjoy it every day. So that part 2, the focus, sorry guys. So this is kind of part of it here where the meditation and that mind work, that mindfulness really goes hand in hand. Okay, so I'm trying to keep moving through this here, a couple more minutes. So we've got friends and family. So this is another of this is number 6 of the 7 categories. So when it comes to friends and family, guys, you got to show up and you got to listen. So I recently heard this quote: your friend doesn't want to be interrupted. She wants to be understood. Because what happens is, do you ever find yourself in these conversations where, your friend is telling a story, or maybe your spouse is telling a story and you're barely listening to it because you're thinking about what you're going to say next, or you're thinking like, wait, how can I one up this story, right? Nope, not the way to go. If you find yourself doing that, it's natural. Just try to come back to yourself and listen, right? So when it comes to joining your friends, right, it can be so easy to cancel. Your friends are like, let's go out, let's do something, let's get a coffee, let's go get wine. And you can just cancel, right? One of the biggest excuses is work. I have to work late, I can't, or I'm too tired, or maybe it's a party and you feel like nothing fits and you will, feel shameful or embarrassed going to the party. Maybe you feel like there's going to be too many temptations there and you don't even want to be in front of them all. Or maybe you don't go to these parties or events, whatever it is, because you feel like you're not going to know anyone. So let's get those are your old excuses, right? It's time for your 2020 reaction. You getting in there and making connections, knowing that it's truly important for you to get out, have relationships, having a couple relationships that are deep and personal that you can share anything with, and then having a variety of different outlets, different groups of people. Maybe it's your school PTA or your work friends or a church group or a community group. So having a variety of outlets, but also having a handful of those really deep interpersonal connections. All right, guys, finally, we are at number 7, and this is getting into your future. So, your passions and your priorities. I love this quote. Apparently, it's from Oprah, as it says here on the quote card, that passion is energy. Feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you. And if it's not your job, that's fine, but find something outside of your job that truly excites you. All right. So one of the mistakes we make here is that we put work and family before everything else. So it's a way to rethink it. It's not about being known for something or, dedicating 10,000 hours to it, right? Maybe you enjoy painting, but you also have a full-time job. It's about following your intuition, knowing what lights you up. And when you know what lights you up, if it's outside of your day to day, that can light up your whole entire life. Maybe you want to write a book, right? Maybe you want to start a jewelry making business on Etsy. There are so many things. Maybe it's just reading, right? So, one of the consequences of putting our work and our family before ourselves, before our health, before our personal growth, is falling victim to that mode where you're just kind of settling in, just settling where you are. So, something that you can do is channel that inner boss who makes smart, confident decisions. How many hours a week would you need to put that passion to work, right? And like, is it 5 hours a week? And when you know how many hours you need, how can you create those hours during your day? Because there's something about time, guys. Maybe we say, I do not have 30 minutes to paint a picture or to write in my journal or to read a book. But if you lost your phone, and let's say you were looking for it for 30 minutes, like you really lost your phone. It took you 30 minutes to find it. You created the time to look for your phone. So try to put it in that perspective where you say you don't have time to do these things, whether it's professional development, personal growth, but that time can be made. It's just about finding the time and committing to the time. All right, guys, so let's recap these 7 steps. Calling your shots when it comes to functional nutrition, right? It's looking ahead on Sunday. It's looking ahead at the week ahead and deciding what you're going to have at each of those events or situations. In your eating habits, old you versus new you. What habits are you going to drop? What false identity are you going to ditch? Then when it comes to consistent motivated fitness, creating that energy, just get started and see where it takes you. And also on number 3, think about what you will do with that energy that you created after your workout. What can you direct that energy towards, right? Your job, your passion, your family. Number 4 was part 1 of focus. This is checking in, meditation, right? Either sitting in silence, using a guided meditation through YouTube, just finding a way to have some quiet time to yourself. Then part 2 of focus was slowing down, just knowing that life isn't a race, really appreciating every single moment of your life and seeing the beauty in everything and being grateful for all of it. Number 6 is with your relationships and your communication. Show up for your relationships and listen, don't interrupt. And finally, number 7, passion is a priority. So whether it's professional development or personal growth, it's making the time to do what you love, something that lights you up so it can light up your life. So think about now, after we've gone through these 7 methods here, why did you show up today, right? Maybe you're feeling frustrated, right? You're always tired and you don't really know where you're going. You know the healthy things to do, but you're just not doing them. Or maybe you're just so busy with work and family that you just don't know how this confident, consistent, committed health and wellness thing really even works. Maybe you've heard all the buzz or you've seen other women who are just handling it. They're working full-time jobs, they're traveling, they've got 5 kids, and they're still somehow fitting in ways to meditate, eat healthy, work out, and have strong relationships. How are they balancing it all, right? Or maybe you just wanted to come hang out with me. I don't know. So, this method of channeling your inner boss to achieve that outer balance is truly life changing. It can transform your entire well being and your future. It happened to me and it happened to my clients and students. So, I'm going to go through a couple success stories to let you know. But just know that you can do this. If you're crushing it anywhere else in your life, you can totally crush it in the health and wellness game. All right. So just remember that all of these tips that I've given you, they've come directly from experiences with me and my clients. It's not fluffy theory. This is what I have done and my students have done to have outstanding results, having these positive, purposeful and productive lives. And it doesn't matter where you are, whether you're a wellness newbie, right? Like a newbie to the health and wellness game, or maybe you are a full-time corporate working traveling mom, or somebody who's just started their own business, and maybe you know what to do but you're just not doing it. It's all about taking those baby steps, and it's all about taking action, and you can take action right now. So here are some of the benefits of channeling those inner boss instincts to create your work-life wellness balance. So confidence, having confidence in all of your food choices. For example, if you're out to eat all alone in a hurry, all of it, you're going to start to want to be healthy regularly. Working out, for example, you're going to actually look forward to it. You're not going to battle with it. It's going to be your new normal. Your mind will be clearer. You're going to be one of those people who get it, right? You're going to be acting more in alignment. You are going to be able to get on with your life. I can't stress this enough, that from the things that my clients have said to me is that they used to stress and worry so much about what to eat, when to eat it, how much, what to work out, what should I do, how do I make the routine. You can start focusing on more important things in your life than dwelling over what to eat or how to work out, right? You're going to have more positive feelings, and the success will come naturally once you have those positive feelings. It's the law of attraction, guys. I can't make this stuff up. All right. And then you will also help and inspire people. So if there's one thing that you take away from today, I believe I have cracked the code on using your inner boss to achieve that balanced whole person wellness lifestyle. So I can now show you how to successfully create that work-life wellness balance specifically designed for you, so that you can handle your passions and your priorities with confidence and grace, but also live a bliss-filled life. All right. This has changed my world. So you can de-bloat, re-energize, become radically more positive and productive doing this, and transform yourself into a total whole person wellness boss. And remember that the best bosses make smart, consistent, and confident choices. So let's get into these success stories. Lauren, this program helped her lose 50 pounds. She's running like crazy. I'm not going to say like crazy. She runs several times a week, and she's signed up for 5Ks and 10Ks. Alicia was able to drop her all or nothing mentality and quit that diet starts Monday life, right? She meditates every night, and she is loving herself and is so much more accepting of who she is. Kelly lost 10 pounds. She became much more mindful of her eating habits. She had more control over her emotional eating and her after work and late night snacking. Amanda has become super calm and has really acquired that grace. She's made time for passions outside of her work and family, and she completely gave up an old vice. My Colorado client, within 3 weeks, she lost 3 pounds. And actually, so she is now running more. She's waking up early and doing yoga, and her pants actually felt loose on Thanksgiving. I think is probably the only person in America that had loose pants on Thanksgiving. And then finally, a recent local client of mine, she loves plans and systems, and she's created one for herself. It's her master plan. She follows it, and she is legit glowing. She's actually waking up at 5 a.m. with her dog. They're going to Starbucks, and she just is really, really loving this positive drive that she has right now. So the question is, how can you apply the system to, leverage that power where you have powerful confidence and commitment in one area of your life, and you want to channel it into your other area of your life? So which would be wellness, you have a choice, right? You can, kind of take it the slow road, trial and error, things that you've been doing yourself, or you can do it quickly with Wellness by Design 2020. So this is Wellness by Design 2020. You can build a customized wellness lifestyle that you'll actually want to show up for consistently and confidently based on your personality, your schedule, and your goals. So Wellness by Design 2020 is my complete step-by-step system to help you confidently build and consistently show up for a whole person wellness lifestyle based on your personality, schedule, and goals. So you can handle those priorities and passions with confidence and grace. It's literally designed to take you by the hand to rock that work-life wellness balance. No missing steps or confusion. It is the quickest way and the most effective way to help you get from point A to point B. Guys, I'm telling you, this Zoom chat is so funny. Whenever I move it, it doesn't let me go to the next slide. All right. So Wellness by Design 2020 is a 7-module revolutionary training course that walks you through the 7 methods and more. You have 24/7 lifetime access, including any and all updates, and there will be updates, literally step by step. Nothing is left out. And you also become a part of our growing community of smart, hardworking, work-life wellness seekers like you to support and encourage you along the way. As a founding member of this beta program, this pilot program, you get the 7-module whole person training transformation. Look at all those topics. You get the new module released every 2 weeks. All of these bonuses, and the cohort beta group is starting on January 6th. It's a small group and you get a discounted rate. All right. So imagine these things, guys, right? Reversing your body's aging from the inside out, feeling trim, confident, strong, calm, energized every day. No more shame, no more guilt, no more frustration. Looking put together with what's in your closet today, behaving in wellness as your natural default choice. And watch this, people asking you what your secrets are when it comes to health and wellness. All right. This is Wellness by Design, guys, the 2020 program. It starts January 6th. I'm looking for just a small group of women to be part of this pilot program at a discounted rate as my founding member. So all of these steps, right? The 7 methods that we went through today, there's a module on each of these with workbooks and so much more involved. I'll be doing coaching on these topics every other week, live coaching for you to come in so that everything is reinforced. It's so easy to forget things on a webinar, right? When you're in the course, it's reinforced consistently. I'm also sending you weekly emails. So this is the Duke Wheel of Health that I was trained on in my certification in integrative health and wellness. So we're going through a majority of these topics in Wellness by Design 2020. So you're probably wondering, how much does this cost? Well, naturally, you could spend like $150 on a nutritionist or $200 a week with a personal trainer and a gym membership and all the fitness apps, right? Or you could get professional coaching right at your fingertips any time of day, all the areas that we spoke of, not just nutrition, not just fitness, in a truly one-of-a-kind program. So when I meet with my one-on-one clients, my prices start at $797 for 12 sessions. But for you to master this yourself, it's not $797. It's not even $497. The entire system of all of these modules put together for just this beta group starting on January 6th, full disclosure, disclaimer there, is just $197. So on top of all of the modules, you're also going to get these bonuses. You get the Duke proprietary personal health assessment. There's lesson workbooks for each module. There's a private community for questions and support, bi-weekly live group coaching, and a weekly email where I am guiding you through the process. Also, on top of that, I have a 100% satisfaction 30-day guarantee. So if you show us that you did the work and you submit your request to hello@wholehardy.com with your completed workbooks after 30 days to let us know that you were starting to dig into the work, you can get your money back. All right. Again, look at all of these success stories, guys. I should have this is a duplicate slide, but I really need to put in the other, majority of my clients here having the success that they're having and just feeling so great. They're no longer frustrated. They're no longer feeling sad or guilty. So here's the full package again. You've got your 7 modules. I combined in here. I wanted it to look good with 6. I should just add a 7th one here, but I have relationships and communication and personal and professional development in one. You've got all the modules, you've got all the bonuses for only $197, guys. You can join as a founding member to get this exclusive $197 rate. All right, and now remember, we mentioned that if you purchase today on top of this bonus or on top of the program and getting it for $197, on top of that, you can also, for the same price, still get these 3 45-minute private coaching sessions with me. And for the first 3 months of the year, you get a weekly check-in text from me for accountability. All right. These, if you purchase today is Thursday, 12/12, you can get these bonuses. All right. So you can join it today at the lowest rate possible. So I just want to check in to see if there are any questions here, guys. I hope this has been helpful for you. I know we probably only have about a minute left, and I really, really am appreciative of everyone who has joined today. If you're watching live or watching the replay, thank you so, so much. Again, Wellness by Design 2020, the beta group starts on January 6th. And for 3 months, you'll be getting all of this. Every 2 weeks, you get a new module released to you, workbooks associated with each module, their videos, the weekly coaching, the Duke proprietary personal health assessment, the weekly emails, the weekly texts. There's so much I'm giving you so that you can have the breakthrough year in wellness in 2020 that you deserve. So thanks so much, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. I know one of the common questions is, how am I going to fit this in throughout my day? How am I going to get to this program? You get a 30-minute free consultation with me when you sign up for the program. And that's one of the biggest things that we talk about, is how you are going to get this program done, right? When you're going to get into the course, what time you're going to commit to it. Is it going to be early mornings, your lunch hour, weekends, at night? There's so many times in the day that you have found yourself, maybe mindlessly scrolling or watching TV. And now you can do something purpose-driven with this program. All right. You have full access to me. I want to help you. That's what I'm here for. That's what I was created to do. So let me know if you have any questions along the way. And again, if you sign up today, Thursday, 12/12, you get those 2 awesome bonuses of getting 3 45-minute sessions with me and weekly texts for the first 3 months of 2020. I can't even handle that. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, love you. And I can't wait to see you again soon.